guys, I'm Bilal and today I'm going to discuss about the atom, and the topics of my today's lecture will be the what is the atom, history of atom, and the evidence of the atom. So if you are new here, please subscribe my channel and ring that bell icon for further updates. So before moving to my main topic, I would like to explain some simple terms which are the first one is the matter. So anything around you that has mass and occupies some space is called as matter. For example, if you have a book and you know it has some mass and it occupies some space as well, so it will be called as matter. And there are three main states of the matter: solid, liquid, and gas. And anything solid, liquid, or gas around you will be considered as a matter. So matter consists of the two terms, pure substances and the mixture. So pure substances will be the pure ones, and the mixtures are the impures. So pure substances are made up of elements. So what is the element? Element is a substance, is a pure substance which is made up of one type of atom. It only consists of one type of atom. For example, if hydrogen element mean it is a substance which is made up of hydrogen atoms. And pure substances can be the compound made up of two or more different elements. For example, NaCl, which is made of the element of sodium and the chloride, and water, which is made up of the elements of the hydrogen and oxygen. Long time ago, it was thought that the matter is made up of simple indivisible particles. Indivisible particles mean which can never be further subdivided, or we cannot divide it into further. Greek philosophers then come and they thought that the matter could be subdivided into smaller and smaller units to reach a basic unit which can never be further subdivided. So it is only on the base of the theory, but they have no experimental or practical approach to back up this theory. So Democritus named this basic unit the atom, which was derived from the word atomos, which means that uh, indivisible, which can never be further subdivided. In the late 17th century, the quantitative study of composition of pure substances disclosed that a few elements were components of many other different substances. For example, composition. Here, I would like to explain this term. So, if you have a glass and you add 10 gram of water and 2 gram of sugar here, let's say, so in this case, the composition will be 10 gram of water and the 2 gram of water, two different substances. So composition of pure substances, yani कि for example, you have taken some pure substance and you study about what the atoms are present in it. So this thing disclosed that few elements were components of many different substances. So few elements were found in different elements. For example, hydrogen is found in water, and or oxygen found in the water, as well as in the air as well. Air also, in air the oxygen is also present. It was also investigated that how elements combine to form new compounds, and how they are broken down into the constituent elements. For example, H atom, hydrogen atom, and hydrogen form to combine to form H2 H2 bond. So if I break it, they will also come, we can also come back to this state as well. So that's what which is he is saying in this statement. Then the John Dalton come and he developed an atomic theory, and he said that all the matter, solid, liquid, or gas, is composed of atoms of different elements which differ in their properties. For example, I have a water which is liquid and it's matter, and it is consist of different elements. For example, hydrogen and oxygen, and they have their individual and different properties. So now what is atom? Atom is the smallest particle of an element. Element is made up of different of one type of atoms, and when we combine the atom we form an element which can an atom can take part in a chemical reaction. For example, H plus O, this will make the water. And some atoms have independent existence. For example, helium and neon, and they don't form any bond with other ones, and they can exist independently, and they have no relation with their neighbors. So other atoms, others cannot exist independently. For example, hydrogen and nitrogen. Hydrogen cannot be exist single in H form. It it always live in the in forming a bond with other such type of atom. For example, hydrogen make combine with the it's another atom and form the H2 molecule. Modern research show that the atom is not the smallest unit. It is further subdivided into electron, proton, neutron, and hypon. You know, the atom consists of the nucleus, and nucleus has proton plus neutron in it, and there are the shell around it which have the electron, and they further subdivided these things, and this is the modern research which on which the work is to be done. Then the Berzelius comes and he determined the atomic masses of the elements. So evidence of atoms. It is not possible actually to see the atom, but nearest possibility is to direct its evidence is by using the electron microscope. We cannot see the atom by our naked eye, but we can see it by using an electron microscope, which is shown in this figure. A clear and accurate image of an object that is smaller than the wavelength of visible light cannot obtained. Wavelength, if you consider a wave here, and the this distance between the two conjunctive troughs, two conjunctive crusts is called as the wavelength. It is represented by the symbol lambda. So he says that a clear and accurate image of an object that is smaller than the wavelength of visible light cannot be obtained. Thus, an ordinary optical microscope can measure up to the size of an object up to 500 nanometer. So we can measure the size of an object by using this microscope up to just 500 nanometer. But the size of the atom ranges from 10 to weight of the atom is 10 raised to power minus 27 to 10 raised to power minus 25, and its diameter is 0.2 nanometer, which is very small. So it can only be seen by using the electron microscope because it's using the electron beam instead of visible light. So we can see the atom by using an electron microscope. It's a nearest possibility, not exactly. So here is a graphite, and we use the electron microscope, and we throw the electron beams on it, and this is the picture of graphite, which is 15 million times magnified. And these are the layers, and dark lines are the layers of uh, the carbon atoms, because graphite consists largely of the carbon atoms. And then comes in the towards the X-rays, and the X-rays show that in the 20th century the diameter of the atom is 0.2 nanometer, and the masses of the atom ranges from 10 raised to power minus 27 kg to 10 raised to power minus 27. You can imagine the smallness of the atom by this squared, because which shows that 2 million atoms are present in just one sugar cell. If I put a full stop here, and it will contain 2 million atoms in it. Such all from my side, and please subscribe my channel for such type of informative lectures.